All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today on Buff-A-Touille, we're gonna make one of my favorite memories that I've had with my dad, with my brother over the years. We're gonna have Buff-A-Touille biscuits and gravy. So, quick little story. When I was young, I used to go camping with my dad, and we used to go to different restaurants in small little towns and have some of the best biscuits and gravy at these little cafes. And it's really hard to find those places anymore. But I think every time I make biscuits and gravy, I reflect upon those great times I had with my dad when I was young. And then also with my brother later on, we also had an affinity for biscuits and gravy. And now when I travel with my children, we always enjoy having biscuits and gravy when we stay at our hotels. So it's one of my favorites. Today we're gonna do it, and we're gonna sample it with two different kinds of biscuits. I've made a keto biscuit and then just a traditional refrigerated biscuit. So we'll compare those two and let you know what we think of those as well. So let's get going. All right, so the first thing we need to do is brown our pork sausage. So we got the pan already heated up here. One of the keys here is to not drain the grease. You want to be sure to use that. So we're just going to continue to add to this. Gotta wash my hands really quick. I like to chop it up as it's browning. You don't want too small crumbles, but you also don't want big chunks. You know, I like to say quality equals low variation. So if we try and keep things the same size throughout, everyone's going to have the same experience every time. Same great experience. You can use different sausages for this. I've tried a variety of different ones and just kind of go back to the original every time. I'm sure it'd also be good with a turkey sausage, but I have not tried that yet. All right, we'll let that sit for a minute, marinate. All right, as you can see here, we let it brown a little bit between our videos. We're getting close here because we're gonna leave this in the pan while we continue to cook. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're trying to get all the pink out of it first. And then we're gonna add in the first ingredient to this once it's ready, and that's going to be almond flour. I use a lot of almond flour in cooking. Like I've said in previous videos, we do a lot of keto meals, and almond flour is a good alternative to regular flour. And takes a little bit of experimentation to get the right ratios, but I do prefer it. It's a great thickener for a lot of different things. So in a second here, we're going to add in a half cup of almond flour. All right, so now we got the sausage crumbled up about the way we like it. We're now at the point where we're going to add in the first item, which is that almond flour. I'll stir that in, and it'll look a little thick. That's what we want. Get it mixed in. Soak up a little bit of that delicious grease. Good thing we didn't drain it, because there's not a lot of grease in there to begin with, it appears. We're actually going to add to that with some of our other wonderful ingredients. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in our butter. So this is 4 tablespoons of butter. Butter makes the world go round. I think it's one of those things that is really the secret to a lot of savory meals. I usually use salted butter versus unsalted, even when things call for unsalted. But this is just our Kerrygold pure Irish butter. Once again, I'm throwing a plug for Costco. If you go there, you can buy really large packages at a really good price, but you can buy it anywhere. All right, see, that's getting mixed in nicely. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in our salt, pepper, and garlic combination. Oh boy, this is really coming together. All right, the next thing we're going to do is add in our last ingredient, which is 2.5 cups of heavy cream. And then we're going to thicken this, so we need to be sure to stir it continuously. We need to bring it to a boil and just keep stirring it. As you bring it up to temperature, the cream will thicken, and as you keep stirring it as well. So you kind of know it's done when you can feel the consistency is thicker. If you do any other cooking with heavy cream, you'll know that you can eventually turn it into like a whipped topping or a real thick cream if you continue to stir. Yeah, so that's you kind of got to use your own taste here on how thick or runny you like your gravy. You can see here the color on the top. That's a good indication that this is going to have a lot of flavor. This will take probably about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll go ahead and pause and show you when it's about done. Okay, it's been about 5 or 10 minutes. You can see here it's starting to boil now, so we're going to go ahead and turn that off, and we'll stir it just for a little bit longer. Then as it cools, I think that might be when the magic occurs. I'm not really sure. Slide in for a second. Dude, today will be interesting because, like I said, we're trying a new keto biscuit, that I've never made before. Wanted to experiment with that. And then also a non-keto biscuit for those in the family that prefer lots of carbohydrates. I prefer them too, but honestly, I like to keep my carbs low. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to pull this off to the side, just let it cool down just a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and assemble both versions of those and give them a sample. All right, so you can see here, the gravy's looking like it's starting to really thicken on its own, and it's still really warm. So we're gonna do two different versions here. This is our keto biscuit. So we'll put that on this bun, or this plate, and I'll put a buttery, flaky biscuit, I guess, on the other one. So I like to crumble them up. So that's one of the things I do. It's nice having a paper plate because it brings back that memory of the camping experience. Again, that's probably how you're probably going to try this when you're out camping. It would be a great thing to make while camping. All right, so we're gonna take one scoop here, put it on this one, and take a scoop on the keto one. And then just for fun, we're gonna put a little black pepper on each of them. Really more for visual purposes than anything. So, we're gonna try, here is our first one. Wow, that's really good. Like I said, our Buff-A-Touille moments are those moments when you can't talk. All you can do is smile and have those memories jump back. And right now I'm tasting those memories with my dad. All right, we'll try the keto one. Appearance-wise, I like the keto one a little better. It looks like it's more soaked in a little better. Wow. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to make a video on how I made those keto biscuits because it was really good with the purchased biscuits, but as we talked about earlier, when you make your own things from scratch, significantly better. And that's exactly what happened here. I can't even describe that experience. It was just incredible. So just as a reminder, we've got our keto biscuit here. This is our regular biscuit here. Thank you today for joining us on our Buff-A-Touille experience.